This is another story coming from the north. Atiku has no credentials to be Northern presidential candidate, Northern Elder. A member of the Northern Elders Forum, Alhaji Seidu Baba, has said the forum has not adopted the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar as consensus candidate. Baba made the clarification on Saturday at a news conference in Abuja. According to him, though Atiku had been scheming to be endorsed as the sole candidate of the North, NEF had not endorsed him. It dismissed the claims that the NEF's 10th anniversary was to adopt Atiku as consensus candidate for the North. Atiku has no credentials to be a sole Northern presidential candidate. There was an attempt to cajole and even force the NEF to adopt him. Atiku shows how desperate he is. Many people believe, though the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, was condemning Northern elders, it is believed his real target was Atiku Abubakar. There is no way Atiku can be a Northern candidate because he does not know them and we do not know him. It is believed Atiku got wind of his rejection, the reason he failed to show up at the NEF assembly and could not send any representative. Atiku has not been seen as somebody who is close to the North because he has not been fair to us. He is somebody that have his base outside the North. And on to another story. Serap sues Buhari over unlawful ban of old 500 naira and 1000 naira notes. SocioEconomic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) has filed a lawsuit against President Muhammadu Buhari over the unlawful directive banning the use of old 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes, contrary to the interim injunction granted by the Supreme Court that the old 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira notes remain legal tender. Joined in the suit as defendants are the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami San and the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN). The Supreme Court, in a case initially brought by 10 states, recently held that the old banknotes remain legal tender pending the determination of a motion on notice fixed for February 22. The deadline for the swap of the old note expired February 10. However, Buhari, in a national broadcast last week, directed the CBN to recirculate only the old 200 naira banknote, thereby overruling the Supreme Court and banning the use of old 500 and 1000 naira notes in the country. In the suit number FHC/ABJ/CS/233/2023, filed last Friday at the Federal High Court, Abuja, Serap is asking the court to determine whether President Buhari's directive banning the 500 and 1000 naira banknotes is not inconsistent and incompatible with the constitutional duties to obey decisions of the Supreme Court and oath of office. Serap is asking the court for a declaration that President Muhammadu Buhari's directive banning the use of old 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes is a fundamental breach of Section 287(1) of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended and his constitutional oath of office, and therefore unconstitutional, unlawful, null and void. Serap is seeking an order of interim injunction restraining President Buhari, the CBN and Mr. Malami, their agents, privacy from the further enforcing the presidential directive banning the old 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes, pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice filed contemporaneously in this suit. And on to another story, still on Naira scarcity. Nigerian traders resort to trade by barter as Naira scarcity bites harder. The cashless policy introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has triggered a squeeze in cash in circulation, leaving traders and buyers stranded, with many of them now resorting to the traditional sales method of trade by barter. The method involved directly exchanging goods between traders and farmers without cash payment. It has become the last resort for them as the lingering cash shortage appears to have taken a firm root, with the CBN insisting that the old note of 500 naira and 1000 naira are no longer legal instruments in the country. According to Arewa Voice findings, the mode of trade has gained prominence in recent weeks as a result of the severe scarcity of Naira notes, which has left many families cash-strapped and unable to make purchases. Petty traders and farmers are gradually becoming conscious of the fact that without bartering their goods, life might become even more unbearable. Speaking on why traders have resorted to bartering their goods, a trader at the popular Makurdi Railway Market who deals in foodstuff, Mr. Felix Nwakwe, said it is the way out of the present cash scarcity that is crippling business activities. Nwakwe said, "Bartering is the way out of the present situation we have found ourselves in. We are engaging in some form of barter trade. I call it some form of trade by barter because when traders, especially people from rural areas, come to sell their goods in town and are not able to collect the exact money of their traded goods due to the lack of new redesigned Naira notes, they rather want to go into bartering the value of their goods with what the traders to whom they sold their goods have to give them in return. So to some extent, the situation on the ground has warranted the issue of bartering their goods for another person's goods due to the non-availability of the new Naira notes and the old notes." And on to another news. EFCC breaks silence over reports of recovering 400 billion naira after raiding Tinubu's home. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) has reacted to a report making rounds online that his operatives raided home of All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Some media houses had earlier reported that EFCC raided the contestant's house and recovered a huge sum of 400 billion naira. Reacting to the news, EFCC through its head of media called the report fake and urged Nigerians to disregard the report. EFCC press release: EFCC did not raid Tinubu's home. The attention of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has been drawn to a report circulating in the social media, claiming that operatives of the commission raided the home of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, standard bearer of the All Progressive Congress (APC), in the forthcoming presidential elections, and recovered a huge sum of 400 billion naira. The Commission wishes to state that no such operation was carried out by the EFCC. The public is enjoined to disregard the report as fake news. And on to another news. We are not part of those planning to attack banks in Southeast (IPOB). The indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB) yesterday alleged that there is a secret plan by criminals to attack banks in Southeast, hidden in the name of masses looking for the new currency to blackmail them. The Biafra agitating group, in a statement by its media and publicity secretary, Ima Powerful, entitled "There is a secret plan to attack some banks in Biafra land to blackmail IPOB," declared that it is not part of such an evil and heinous plan. IPOB further stated that it uncovered the secret plan through its intelligence unit. "We are putting the public on notice that IPOB is not part of the plan, and we don't encourage or indulge in criminal activities. In the event of an attack on any bank in the East, Biafrans should hold criminals who have branded themselves MNK disciples responsible because they have committed other criminal activities known to the public, an act we will not tolerate. We cannot afford to be part of activities that will increase the pain and suffering of our people who we are fighting for their freedom.